The wash, I think it was the wash, you guys. I gave it a wash. I let it know that it's in good hands again. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's not going to be sitting in that tweaker parking lot over at the extended stay next to Chuck E. Cheese in Fairfield. Dude, let's go. I am so stoked on this right now. Like, dead ass. I spent maybe like, I just spent like all day today just messing with this thing. Like, alright, so here it is in the daytime. This bumper, I honestly feel like I can probably kind of get a rig back in. I admit I did not really notice how bad this part was, but I honestly think that I could probably jam that back in, hit this with the heat gun, and it's white, so just cover it up with some paint. A little bit of whoopsie daisy right there. Yeah, it's a new day. I'm gonna let this thing kind of just do its thing until it calibrates the battery out, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I mean, it starts right up. I mean, that's the reason that I bought this car, is because it started right up. So there you go. IMA lights back on. It only got 2 bars charged, so this battery is definitely probably like 80-90% chance that this is the problem with the car. We're also going to be checking out the coils today. Let's just get to it. So this is how it was driving when I drove around the parking lot. Very responsive. Didn't give me any signs that it... I mean, it's an automatic, so I'm not expecting like the fastest responses and stuff. We're going about 60. That's what I'm saying. Once it gets up, it goes. Like, I mean, it does have a little bit of noise, but I guess when it comes to smogging these things, as long as there's no check engine light and the computer tells the smog machine that it's running all right, that's all you need to pass smog with these cars. So with that being said, I'm also feeling a little more optimistic about passing smog with this thing. Flooring it right now. I don't know what this car is supposed to be doing. I don't know. I'm in drive 1. I don't really want to push it too hard because obviously the motor's not running right. The harder you press a motor that's not running right, the more likely you are to damage things, whatnot. So we'll just go ahead and get this back to the house and start looking at the coils and take out the battery. One other major thing I wanted to check, just to make sure we got a $500 car, the AC works. That is a huge selling point in California. And a huge selling point for me also, because when I turn the AC on in the Nissan Queef, it just drains the battery like crazy. So if we can make this thing into a decent little runner, you guys, I am keeping it. Alright, so we got it home. Yesterday when I checked out the car, it definitely did not have the misfire when I first was looking at it. So I don't know if he just got lucky and was able to pull the little sneaky on me or what, but yeah, the misfire is definitely really evident. You know, in hindsight, this was like the most rushed car buy I've ever done. I didn't even check the oil on this thing. So let's go ahead and give that a look. It's got oil. Could even argue maybe it's got too much oil. Oh yeah, one thing I did do for the wagons was the other day I took this out over to the gas station, filled up with some gas, and then I went to Harbor Freight, got our house new 2-gallon tank with a nozzle that isn't broken, because I tried to fill up this car and the nozzle broke off into the gas tank and I was barely able to get it out. You're on fumes in that thing. That is like below E. I got gas now. I was sputtering before. About 4 gallons of gas should be good. This is what we were working with before. Alright, so it definitely looks a lot better getting all that shit off the roof. Yeah, the body alignment and stuff, we're going to worry about that when we get this thing running right. I'm kind of pivoting. I thought about it, and I think the best thing I could do for... Yeah, that's right. The best thing I could do right out the gate is actually check the compression. So, let's see, make sure I got my compression kit over here some ways. I mean, it's safe to assume that they got 8 because there's 8 coils. So it looks like these are all going to be 10s if I had to put my life on it. I feel like the compression should be pretty decent considering after it gets to like 40 miles per hour, it feels like it's so hard to describe what I'm feeling. I feel like you guys should be able to tell from the video of me driving earlier. Like you should be able to get at least a vibe out of it. But I was watching some guy's video earlier, and his were like just completely broken, so it was really easy for him to tell. I'm not seeing anything really. It's a good sign that there's no oil on any of these so far. So that's one thing. Did I speak too soon? Nope, still no oil. This one definitely looks a little older than the other ones. I'm sure that these are all pretty old. Whenever you have a car that has a hella miles and it's misfiring, it's like always a pretty good bet. It's gonna be something to do with the ignition.
Now, one of the reasons I really enjoy filming, doing this process here, is because you actually get to go back and see what you missed before. And I missed completely the fact that one of them had an orange cap and the rest of them had pink. So I'm thinking maybe we had a mixed matched batch of coils here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the spark plugs now.
Well, these are what? It's not the worst. They're not great, they're not bad. I mean, a little bit of, I don't know, they should be replaced. All this stuff's going to be replaced. If we have a decent
So if we got a good compression test, we're gonna go ahead and replace the plugs, obviously. The coils now, that's the most important part, right? If you want an OEM spec replacement, you're looking at close to $90 a pop. Times 8, you're talking about close to $800 for all 8 of them. I can get some Denzos for a little cheaper with the discount at Napa, but even finding them on eBay, it's not cheap. Like, none of this stuff is going to be cheap, and that's why I mentioned, like, oh, I'm just now realizing I'm going to have 2 times as many spark plugs, 2 times as many coils. Even my first Mercedes Benz was a 300E, had a misfire, and I went the cheap route first, and I did all the basic tune-up stuff. Ended up buying coil packs. That was my issue. I ended up spending like $1,000 on a $750 car when I could have just spent $700 on the coil packs and saved $300. So it all goes
Slide the
according to your budget. So
this little guy up in there.
just keep that in mind with this build here. I don't know where I'm at. I just know that I said $2,000 to get this thing running perfect and smogged. So I'm going to stick to that.
And
obviously, if we go with the cheaper coil packs, that gives us more room for a pick and pull IM8 battery replacement, and that pushes us out of the realm of possibility for a remanufactured or quote-unquote new equivalent.
This part, of course.
So we'll see what the pressure test does, the compression test does, and kind of go from there.
Compression watch 2020 5. Whatever, I'll show you when I get there. Alright, so all the coils are disconnected. We should just be cranking, not building any actual motor pressure outside of the crank. That one was about 135. Survey says they're all within range, 130 on this one here. Now do I try to do the other side? Might as well. I guess if I do the other side and the numbers are the same, we have some sort of confirmed theory thing going, right?
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and take everything off the exhaust side and put it on the intake side. And of course we're going to inspect everything as we go along. This side being the exhaust side, all the coil packs have some sort of burning look to them. So that's something to note. Again, I've never worked on a hybrid before, let alone a dual spark plug, dual coil per cylinder motor ever in my life. So this is all new to me, and we're learning together.
Alright, I'm just going to fast forward to when I have everything on that side, on this side, and we do the compression test. Alright? Whoop. Okay. So we have all the spark plugs out. Kind of a pain in the ass, but not too big of a deal. And I try to keep these all in order somewhat. So these are the corresponding spark plugs. So you have this white buildup on the, I guess the intake side. And then you have a more dark coloring on the exhaust side. So that checks out, right?
So I'm just swapping everything from the exhaust side over to the intake side, and then we're going to do the compression test the same way we did on the intake side on the exhaust side, with the exhaust side stuff on the intake side. Now if that provides any increase in performance, we know we're onto something.
Alright, now we got the compression tester hooked up in the back there. And we'll bend this forward. Get our quick release attached. And let's focus on the numbers. And here we go. And what do you know? We have a different number. So we got 140 on here. $140. Look at that. Come on, 140. And we got 135. I'm gonna crank it one more time. Let's just get a little more crank on it. Is this thing tight all the way? Let's just give it. I'm just gonna give it another couple cranks, even though I think I counted to 22 that time. Over 30 cranks. Where are we at? There you go. 135. We're about 138, we'll say, right? 138. Still within range. Now the moment of truth. I'm stoked. Maybe we should go back through and do this side again. What do you guys think? This is a dry test, and the motor's not exactly what I would consider to be warm either, so I don't know if we're gonna drop a few or raise a few because of that. But we are on to cylinder 4. Let's go. What do you guys think? I'm gonna guess 145. I think this cylinder is gonna be the top doggy dog. Gave that a few more cranks because, oh, and look at that, I was like damn near on the money. 150, you guys. So lowest was like 138, 140, 140, 150. I think we should be, I mean, we're not like super ideal, but we're not in the danger zone, I feel like. Now let's get everything put back together now. It's the fun part. Get the spark plugs back in the intake or the exhaust side here, and we're gonna be I didn't really keep track of the coil packs, but I know the burnt ones are on the exhaust side, so yeah, let's just go down the line and let's go get some food. I'm starving. You guys don't need to watch me taking this apart and then putting it back together again, right? So all right, we are all put back together. Have the battery off so it can clear out the codes and also get a charge going. Let's check the voltage on that. 13.6. We are looking good. Let's go ahead and reconnect the battery and give it a little test start. Alright. Like, honestly, it feels fixed. I know I'm speaking way too soon. There we go. There's a little delay in our. Is that just like a reverse delay? All right, moment of truth. LCD screen things went out. Look at that. Still delaying when takeoff. I think maybe the torque converter's bad. But this this feels like a brand new car, you guys. Compared to this morning, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? It definitely needs a valve lash. Oh, that guy was in the middle of the street. It definitely could use a valve job. And I will gladly pay. I will gladly pay what, 150 to 300 bucks for a valve job nowadays. I don't know how much they go for, but look at that. Still no check engine. We're gonna drive until the check engine light comes on, and if it doesn't come back on, we are gonna take this thing to get it smogged straight up like that, dude. I am not playing. Find me a place with the free retest or the cheap retest or whatever. This car is moving so much better, dude. I just took all the stuff out from the front, from the exhaust side, put it in the intake side. A little sluggish right there. Okay, whatever. A little sluggish right there. I'm wondering if like this guy just like drained the battery so much. Like, was he like living out of it? It had a tag, a parking permit tag for until the end of January or the end of April. There's that sluggish takeoff that I'm used to, but still, it's night and day compared to yesterday and this morning. I thought the car was gonna die this morning. I was like, this thing's not gonna make it. I'm buying the coil packs and spark plugs tonight. Period. That's all I needed to see, was just that it would change, and that's why I swapped them from front to back. Given the coil packs, couldn't really tell unless they had the burn marks on them. But yeah, everything got switched around a little, and I mean, like, imagine, I'm just trying to imagine and tell myself, like, dude, like, if that's the night and day difference that we got from just doing stuff with things we already had, imagine brand new stuff. Like, there's no way to know the mileage on all these parts on this car that this guy had. I really honestly wouldn't doubt he got this car and just never touched it. I mean, he did have a set of tools in the front seat, but that don't mean nothing. Chip on Lee. Here we go. Here's another from stop. A little drop down there. It wasn't too. Look at that. But straight off. I mean, still kind of like a trans issue, or I don't know, you guys. All right, we're gonna go on the main road here. Nice high beams to hit. Can we hit 60? Oh shit! This car drives. This car drives again. Oh, no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. 61. We are cruising freeway speeds, you guys. Dude, let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Hell yeah, dude. Oh boy, this just got interesting. This just got so much more interesting. Really, we're hiccuping, we're hesitating, we're misfiring. Fine, that's fine, because I know it's just your coils. I know it's just your shitty spark plugs and your coils, buddy. You're trying. And you know what? Trying counts for something these days, alright? We hit 70. We hit 72. Oh, let's go. This car would have never hit 72. this car would have never hit 72. Never. This thing was struggling just to get to 45. Given we're going downhill, I don't want to leave you guys on. We're going downhill. I'm gonna go do the uphill right now. But dude, I think we are looking, and still no check engine light. Not even the IMA light. Little hesitant, little hiccupy. Sure, misfiring. But we're trying. We're catching on every other couple. I'm buying the coil packs tonight. Here we go on the uphill. Can we hit 60 on the uphill, guys? We're trying. I'm flooring this thing. I'm not gonna stop till we hit 60. Got it. Oh boy. Right before the curve. And I mean, it's a front wheel drive monster. It can eat that curve. That curve. I don't want to eat the curve. Don't eat the curve. Eat the curve. Alright, let's pull off. Check it out. You guys. If I can pass smog in this thing, I will invest real money to make this thing look good. And I am not even joking. This thing is clapped. It's got the bat. Man, this thing's just been through it. It's been through it, dog. But we are running. Listen to that thing. It sounds like a Honda. It sounds like a fucking Honda, you guys. Look at this battle scars, boy. If it still has a clean title with all this damage, I mean, it's really like super cosmetic, but if it has a clean title after all that, like, I haven't even shown you guys the interior really, because I really don't even, like, I was last night, I thought I lost $500. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been talking a big game, but dude, I might even go cash out. I might not even buy it from the devils at Amazon. The wash, I think it was the wash, you guys. I gave it a wash. I let it know that it's in good hands again. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's not going to be sitting in that tweaker parking lot over at the extended stage next to Chuck E. Cheese in Fairfield. Dude, let's go. I am so stoked on this right now. Like, dead ass. I spent maybe like, I just spent like all day today just messing with this thing. Like, I washed it, and then we just played musical coils and musical spark plugs, and this thing runs like, I mean, $500, dude. $500. Alright, let's see if we jinx ourselves. Still no check engine light. Boy, come on. Given I've only driven like maybe like 5 miles so far, I might just take this out to Chipotle or wherever I'm gonna go get food, because I'm in a really good mood and I got a new car for $500. Oh, that feels good. That's why we do it, you guys. That's what we do it. Put a little smile. Look at this smile. He smile. Let's go. I'm gonna take photos of this car because I like it now. Alright, I don't want to say I spoke too soon, but we still have that stutter. But the power band is there. I'm not going to do anything else really with this car until I get the coils and the spark plugs, but I will go to pick and pull tomorrow if I feel like it, because now it's not really like, we're going in the right direction here. We're not just throwing money at this thing. We're seeing that the compression's good. We're changing out spark plugs and coils and put them in different places and stuff. We are gonna find out what's wrong with this car, and we're not gonna just jump to conclusions, but we will spend money on coils and spark plugs because we did just test the car after we moved things around, and even if it was just initially, it worked really great. I'm sure the computer's figuring out what's wrong with the car as we speak. But the battery's gonna die on the camera here. I'm gonna end the video here. You guys saw my face. I'm stoked. I think we're on the right track. Video 2 down. $5 really is $5 with Bidenomics. You feel me? But jeez, I'm stoked, you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully we'll be doing the coils and spark plugs, and maybe taking a trip to Pick and Pull. Catch you guys then. Peace out. Here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Don't be a dick.